Hi, it's Jan Marie Dorr, and welcome. Today, I wanted to talk to you about going from things just being good enough in your business and in your life to being your best self. And I work with coaches, women coaches, change makers, women who are up to big things in the world, who have a mission-driven business and want to change lives and ultimately change the world. So that's what I'm up to and who I help. And so this idea of going from good enough in coaching, we sometimes call it tolerations. You're tolerating things, what you're putting up with. Things are good enough, but how to really go all in and be your best self in your business and in your life. And that's what I want to talk about today. I had a few technical challenges today, but I think we're good now. It kept shutting down on me. And so glad you're here. And again, if you're a coach, a change maker, wants to grow your business, you're up to big things, you have a message, this will help you today. So comment if you're here, just say hi. I'm glad you're joining me. If you're listening to the replay, you can comment that way as well. So how to go from things just being good enough to really going all in, going all out in your business. And so what I'll encourage you to do, I'm a coach, so I'm always offering coaching advice and coaching people. And as I said, in coaching, we often call it tolerations, what you're tolerating. Another word for it is energy drains, things that are draining your energy, things that you're putting up with. So looking at those areas is very important, especially if your business has stalled, if you're not getting the clients you want to get, if your income has stalled or you hit a plateau. This is one area to really, really pay attention to. And so I'll talk about the areas you can look at. So basically it's tolerations and energy drains. And sometimes I know I've done this as well. It's like, okay, things are good enough. I can put up with that and I can just keep going. But what happens is some things are just pulling out our energy or draining our energy, not supporting us in being our best selves. And that's what I love to help women is, step up, be seen, and be your best self in life, reach your full potential, really. And so it's often some of the physical things around us that we're putting up with. And so you look at a number of different areas. So your business, for sure, in your business, it might be looking at your programs and prices might be an initial place. Are they, good enough? You're happy with them? Or are they the best you can do, the best you can be? And are you passionate about it? Are you all in with your programs and prices? So that's definitely one area to look at in your business. It could also be your office space. I had a talk with a client recently about looking at your office environment and seeing if it's supporting you in being your best. And I know I have to do this every once in a while. I even noticed before this Facebook Live, before going live, looking at my office space. And sometimes there's some things around that might distract us or pull us off our game a little. I had to move a few things today before going live because I thought, okay, that thing over there's pulling my attention. Maybe it's some papers or files, whatever that is for you, a pile of something that's in the way or that might distract you. So those kind of things, very important to clear those out. It's basically clearing your energy field by what I'm finding. I'm working more and more with my clients on their energy, work a lot on mindset as well, but I'm finding that it's our energy that is the really key thing, your vibration, your frequency, and anything in the way of that is going to stop the abundance from coming to you, stop the client flow. So your packages and prices, your work environment, where and how you're working, make it an inspiring environment. And that's a whole conversation as well. I'll talk about that another time a little bit. It could be your closets as well, or maybe updating your wardrobe a little bit. I know I'm looking at this too. I'm just doing a closet clear out, getting rid of some old things that just don't call to me anymore, where, they're good enough that I can wear them, but I want some new pieces. So in order to bring in something new, it's often good to just release the old, to let go of the old, what's not working anymore, and bring in the new. So your closets, your clothes, that might be an area to look at as well. Maybe it's your health or your eating habits, something like that, or your exercise habits. There's all kinds of different areas in our lives that we can look at. Could be relationships as well. And so pick one or two areas. You don't have to do the whole thing. That would be like the whole wheel of life where we're looking at everything, which is often good to do as well. But for today, just right now, you'll know if you just trust your intuition and say, okay, what's draining my energy? What's getting in the way? What's calling my attention that I know if I took care of that, then I could really show up differently. I could just go all in, be my best self, show up and feel really, really good about myself. And it might be just a few little things, but you'll be amazed as you start to take care of those, what happens. So for me, I mentioned part of mine was my office space. There's just a little tiny bit of clutter. I don't like much clutter, and I usually clear up everything at the end of each day so it doesn't build up. But sometimes, this and that, I came in from somewhere and put something down, and it can pull your attention, and there was a phone call I needed to make. So anything like that that's going to distract you, especially when something like this, when you're going live, you don't want distractions because that's going to pull at your energy. So where can you make a few changes that you can be your best self? And now for me also, my wardrobe, I'm going to update that a little. I'm just doing the fall clear out. I like to do it spring and fall, just clear out the closet a little. And I know there's some pieces in there that I haven't pulled out in a while. There's some that I didn't pull out all summer, so they're definitely going. And then now that we're getting into fall and the cooler weather, what are the pieces that I like, that I'm drawn to, and get rid of some of those other ones. I can have a fairly basic wardrobe right now, but it's nice to bring in a few new pieces, but don't bring them in on top of the ones you already have. Good to do that clear out of things that don't support you in being your best self, because as women entrepreneurs and coaches and change makers, we're all about, stepping up, being our best self, helping people change their lives. And so you want to show up as your best self as well. So anything that will support you in that, and there's a variety of different areas. Sometimes for me, I know there was a time a while ago where I was sleeping a little bit longer and it was just, I don't know, one of those things that, and I was sort of putting up with that. I didn't need that much sleep, so I just pulled that back a little bit. And you definitely want to get enough sleep for sure. And I was getting that. I've always needed a good 8 hours sleep at night, and I was getting that. But then I was sleeping a little bit longer, and that was okay in the short term, and definitely, if you're sick or not well, whatever. But it was, sometimes it becomes a habit that's not serving us, not supporting us. And that's what was happening for me just a little bit, and needed to make a decision. It's a choice basically to make some changes and do things differently. And the whole goal, the whole intention here is so that you can be supported in being your best self. So that's some areas to look at. Where can you go from things being good enough, from maybe tolerating or putting up with, or noticing where your energy is being drained a bit, where you're not feeling your best self, so that you can support yourself into stepping into the best version of you, really going all in with that. And so think about what actions you could take this week, within the next week. I like to get on it. This is a coaching challenge, a coaching question, is what are some actions, some steps that you could take to eliminate some of those tolerations and energy drains. You can look at different areas of your business for sure. I always like that one because I work with women on their business growth. So look at areas there that you're putting up with a little. One of my other ones there was not having enough support. I have a virtual assistant. I have a small team that helps me work on my business, but I need to change that up a little. So that might be another area. That, do you have enough to support to step into being your best self, really reaching your full potential? Or are you putting up with doing too much yourself, doing a lot yourself? Now that can really drain your energy. I know that from times that I've done that. I've tried to do things myself, like I can get it done. So for some of you, it might be that you need to bring on, 2 hours of support every week, whether it's support in your business or support in your home, cleaning lady, anything like that. So it's surprising what comes up if you write down, what things in my life or my business are not supporting me being my best right now, or what things are draining my energy and not serving me. Make a list of those, and then make it into a little mini plan that you start to take action on those items. So that's it for today. That's what I wanted to talk about, is going from good enough to just really going all in, being your best self by removing any, clutter, anything that's limiting you, anything that's in the way of you really stepping forward, being your best self, reaching your full potential. And so that's the action this week. Post in the comments if you'd like to let me know what you discovered or what actions you've taken. I always love to hear that, whether you're live with me now or whether you're on the replay. I'd love to hear that. So that's it for my live today. It's Jan Marie Dorr, and I'm here Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. There was a little bit of a delay today with a technical issue. It kept shutting me, but normally I'm here Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, talk about different topics, but it's for coaches, change makers, mission-driven women entrepreneurs who are up to big things in the world, want to grow their business and grow themselves as well. So join me next week. We'll see you then. If you want to visit my website, it's janmariedor.com. So we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.